Hello everyone, welcome to the Corner Library on this day, Sunday the 31st of August 2025. As always, I am filming this on Sunday morning to upload for you, available on the channel on Monday the 1st of September, everyone. I can't believe how fast this year has gone. I know I've said it before, but honestly, can you believe how fast this year has just flown? I mean, we are now in the latter part of the year. Anyway, a few things before we start. We will wait till the end of this video if you would wish, because I'm going to talk about our book competition in October. And also I'll give you a little update on my projects, although I won't be able to reveal all, but I will give you a little update. The other thing is the two boys are in here. They're sitting in the library with me. So you may hear pitter-patter around. They're a little bit restless. It is a cloudy day today. It has been on and off, sort of a little bit sunny, always cold, but a little bit sunny, although more recently we have had a little bit of rain. Not a lot, not as much as we would like, but it has been that sort of interruptive rain where you can't do much. And that's the other thing I would like to tell you too. We haven't been able to get on with the chicken run. Mark started setting it out yesterday, but we haven't been able to do much because of if it's been raining, if we have had free time, it has been raining. If it hasn't been raining, we haven't had free time to start building the chicken run. It will get done. This is just a little glitch in our plans, but it will get done. And so I may not be able to show you much that's happened. I don't think there was much that happened out there late yesterday. So we may not be, I know I promised to show you little updates, but I don't think there's much out there. If there is, I'll check a little later and check to see if there has been much done out there. Mark was wanting, it was late yesterday, very late yesterday, when I was preparing things inside to keep the house warm and get ready for dinner and all of that sort of thing. Mark was outside and I saw him just plotting out a little bit of the area of the run that we had discussed a few weeks ago, but I don't think much was done. It drew dark quite quickly, so I didn't get a chance to get out there and have a look. So I'll have a look today and see. I may be able to give you an update, but if not, that will be definitely happening in the coming weeks. Okay. I hope you're well, everyone. Get yourself a cuppa. I don't have one actually, but get yourself a cuppa if you so desire, and we will get on. And as I said to you, there will be interruptions. And of course, Rooney has decided he doesn't want to sit in his bed, and you're just wanting to interrupt, aren't you? That's all right. You can do that, but just don't knock the camera. Okay. All right, everyone. Let's get into this. Now, quite a few weeks ago, when I went to Port Fairy and down to Warrnambool, that you saw in videos previously, I suggested and recommended Robert Gott's what was the one? The Orchard Murders. That was the one that I read first. The Holiday Murders, is the first in his series, I guess you could say. Oh, Rooney, please be careful. Be careful, darling. I read this week and finished it. It is absolutely brilliant. I love the Orchard Murders, but it is the second in the series. This is the first one. And I really enjoyed it. But of course, you've come into the second book in a series where the characters have already been established. Robert introduced them very well in the second book, but we really get to find out who they are here. And we get a little bit more background on their home life and the reasons that they do what they do and why they are what they are. This is fantastic. I do recommend this series. Now that I've read this second one, being the first in the series, I do recommend them. They are brilliant. Now, Australian author, Australian stories. They are murder mysteries. There is an element, not a little bit in the writing and a little bit in the background of the story that reminds me of Georges Simenon's Maigret. If any of you know Georges Simenon, he was a Belgian writer and wrote the Maigret series, which was made more famous by the television series headed by, actually Rowan Atkinson played Maigret, which I thought he did a beautiful job in that. So that was sort of revived Georges Simenon's Maigret books. But this is a little reminiscent of that, only really in the fact that our main detective, we get a lot on his home life and he shares a lot of the story with his wife, and she does have a little bit to say and contribute to the solving of the mysteries or the murders. I recommend this. It's absolutely fantastic. Now, this is by Scribe. This has been published by Scribe. And this one, I think, let me just get down here. This was first published in 2013. So it's a significant, what is it now? It's 12, is that right? 12 years old. Honestly, really, really good series. If you enjoy detective, anything to do with Australia, if you enjoy Australian writers, this is beautifully written. And this one begins on Christmas Eve. So, yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it and I recommend it. Do get yourself Robert Gott's series. There are 4 actually. There's the Orchard Murders, and I have yet to purchase the other 2, which is the Port Fairy Murders and it won't say it on this first one. I'll put it in the subtitles below for you, but there's 4 all up: the Holiday Murders, the Orchard Murders, the Port Fairy Murders, and one other. So I'll put that in the description box below. The title has eluded me for the moment, but I definitely recommend them. They're fantastic. When I read the second one first, I thoroughly enjoyed them. That encouraged me to then read that one, the Holiday Murders, and I have to say it's a great, great series. Okay, on to the next one. This is something a little different. I'm a little bit of a romantic and a rather sentimental, as you may soon find out in the coming months. And I always enjoy a little bit of poetry. Now, I haven't presented poetry on here much before. Some people don't enjoy poetry, and so I really am a novel reader first and foremost, but I thought that I would present this one to you because it is beautiful. This is compiled by and edited by Jane McMorland Hunter in England. This is the Poetry of Love for Every Day of the Year. Now this, I think it was actually published, it's published by Batsford, and it was published last year in 2024 in the United Kingdom. I thought it was a little older than that. But what we have, it's hardcover. I love the cover. It's Rose is a reminiscent of, very much reminiscent of the power of love and the expression of love historically. But I do love this cover. I think it's I just think it's really quaint. Now, this is presented every day of the year. We have a poem, and it is sectioned into months. I hope you can see that, everyone. So we have on each page for each day. So this is the 18th and the 19th of May. You have a poem for each day. Now, this is love in the relationship sense of between lovers, between husband and wife, or husband and husband, or wife and wife. But it's also about the love of friendship. There are poems in here that can be, if not written specifically for friendship, they can be interpreted for as the love of friendship, the love of nature, etc. It's predominantly the love of a significant other, but you can, as I've been reading it, you can definitely relate it to other relationships, whatever that may be. And I mean friendships, or parent to child, child to parent, siblings, or to nature. I love this. It's beautiful. And it's a lovely early morning when you first wake up, or last thing at night before you go to sleep. You just pick the poem for the day. You don't have to consume it all in one go. It's a poem a day. It's beautiful. My mum was actually a lover of poetry, but she was very good at reciting poetry. And there were many of her funny and quirky poems that I remember best, but she did love her poetry. And so whenever I have been reading this, I have been reminded of my mum, which is lovely. So I recommend that. There are others. There's things like poetry for garden lovers for every day of the year, poetry for, lovers of long walks, and there's all sorts of things. But I picked this one up because, as I say, I am a bit of a romantic and rather sentimental. So I picked this one up and I'm really enjoying it. It's beautiful. So that's that one. Now, the next couple that we have, this is Deborah McGoggock's The Black Dress. Deborah is an English writer. Now, let me give this to you. This is Tinder Press, and I have a funny feeling this was this year. No, that's strange. It's 2021, and yet I thought it was this year. Perhaps that's just because I read it this year. But anyway, Deborah wrote The Best Exotic Marigold Hotel. If any of you have read that or have seen the movie, Deborah was the author of that. This is The Black Dress. Now, we have our protagonist who is, she's split up with her husband, and she doesn't miss him much. She misses the companionship. She misses some of the memories that they've made, but she thinks she doesn't really miss him that much. In the meantime, she has a friend who dies, and our protagonist goes to the funeral. Through the funeral, she's a little bit foggy. She's had a husband leave and all of that sort of thing, and she's being rather introspective, and she realises that the people at the funeral are not talking about her friend. And then she realises she's not at her friend's funeral. So she thought it was rather good. She's lonely, and she misses the idea of love and companionship, as I say. And so she thinks it's not a bad idea to continue going to funerals. I mean, after all, what harm can it do? Nobody really knows anybody else at the funeral. So she buys herself a little black dress and begins attending funerals of people she doesn't know. And then the story goes from there. This is funny. It is dark. It is funny. Think Best Exotic Marigold Hotel. Just that humour, that witty, dry, just everyday humour this is it. I recommend this. It's absolutely brilliant. She's definitely a good writer, and she knows how to capture the reader in just the everyday, but then in the unusual as well. This is brilliant, and I recommend it. This is Deborah McGoggick's The Black Dress. Get your hands on a copy of that. Brilliant. Okay, many of you will know the next one. This is, again, an English writer, Harriet Evans. This is The Beloved Girls. Now, Harriet has written quite a few. She wrote, The Garden. I can't remember. I wonder if it's got it in here. Hang on, everyone. I have so much to tell you at the moment. There's so much going on. You will have to forgive me for my lack of memory, my bad memory lately. I just have quite a lot going on. Oh, here we go. So she wrote I Remember You, Love Always, Happily Ever After, A Place for Us, and the two, there it is, The Garden of Lost and Found, The Wildflowers, and the other one is The Carer. She has recently, I think in 2025, she wrote The Treasures, which many of you may have seen if you haven't heard of Harriet Evans before. Now, this is The Beloved Girls. She's a great writer. She has a story to tell, and there is a depth within the story. She's a beautiful writer. This goes back in time. It's current day, and it goes back to the 80s, the late 1980s. We have our main character who is on a train, believes that she has seen someone who she believes has passed away, and then that takes her back to 1989. So I recommend this. If any of you know Harriet Evans, you know that she's a great writer. It's a great story. It is, let me just see, this is H Review, but I will tell you the year. I think this was, let me have a look. It was 2021 also, this one. And published by Venetia Books, and it's actually Headline Review. But yeah, so I recommend this. How many pages are we? I think we were about 400. 430 pages on this one. The Black Dress is around about 279 on The Black Dress, and the Holiday Murders are usually around the 300. Around about 307. So they're not short stories by any means, and they're not novellas, and this one is a bit of a whopper. But I do recommend. Harriet is a great writer, as is Deborah McGoggick. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. And Robert Gott is just brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So I really do recommend these. If you are looking at mysteries, timelines, dual or multiple timelines, this is brilliant. And this is hilarious, quirky, witty, brilliant. And this is a really good storyline, plot, and also a lovely police procedure, really interesting. This, by the way, is 1940s in Australia. So we are during the war in Australia, usually in Victoria. All of his stories, I think Robert is actually lives in Victoria. So I recommend these. They're absolutely brilliant. The Black Dress, quirky, good fun. But it also has a story of that loneliness and what is it to be in love. Not that it expresses that, but it does make you think, well, there is that issue of just companionship and complacency in a relationship as well, where you are then there. And I think as you get older, there's more about that companionship, the trust, and all of that sort of thing. So it doesn't, it's not expressly addresses that, but it does make you think. Well, it certainly made me think about it, but it is funny too. And The Beloved Girls, really good story, really good storyline, really good mystery, great writing. And as I say, Harriet has just recently, I think it's this year, she has published The Treasures, which is also acclaimed. And they're all, by the way, award-winning novelists. So really, really good. I recommend all of those 4 books today. Now, a couple of things. I'm hoping that by next week I will have for you the outline of, or the rules, I guess. I'm not really keen on that word, but the rules of our competition. If you are not already subscribed, please subscribe to the channel, because you will need to be subscribed in order to enter. The other thing I will let you know, everyone around the world is welcome to enter. As we did last time, it will be 2 winners, one in the Northern Hemisphere, one in the Southern Hemisphere, and we will ask Tea Leaves and Reads in England to be or to send out the winner their book in the Northern Hemisphere, and here in Australia I will ask, in the Southern Hemisphere, I will ask one of our great independent bookshops here to send out a book to you. And it will be at our choosing, by the way, as well. I will just choose a book that I think, what will happen is, as we did last year, I will ask you what your preferred genre of book is, and we will then choose the book in that genre. So you'll get a book that you should enjoy, but we will choose the title. Now, one thing I really must tell you, we are very much aware at the moment that America your government in America in the United States, has imposed a heavy tax on any parcel entering America, the US. And so a lot of countries, including Australia, England, France, Germany, and a lot of other countries, have now stopped sending parcels to the US. Do not fear. Any of you who are watching from the US, what we can do to get around that, if you are a winner of the book competition in the Northern Hemisphere, then what I will do, if you're the winner, we will discuss it together, where your local bookshop is. We here at the Corner Library, Mark and I will then buy the book for you, and we will arrange for you to pick it up from your local bookshop. So anyone around the world, you are more than welcome to enter our book competition, including those of you in the US. We do not want you missing out just for political reasons. We are not a political channel, and so we will try to circumnavigate that postage issue to the US by actually buying the book from your local bookstore. So do not be put off entering our book competition. Everyone around the world is welcome to enter. But we will go more. I will tell you more about that probably next week. And certainly I'm hoping next week, if not the week after, we will have all the details. We'll open up the competition, and then we will announce the winner in October. This has to be done because not only is the channel, we did this last year anyway, in October we had the competition, and the winner was announced in October, but we need everything sent out in October, because I have, as you all know, if you've been watching the channel for a while, I do have a couple of projects that should be announced to you in November or thereabouts, maybe a little bit earlier. And so I want to make sure that the program is clear, so that then these couple of projects that I have my full attention and have your full attention. So I'm hoping that's clear, everyone. If not, just rewind. But also, I will keep you informed every week anyway. So hopefully that suits everyone. I hope you're all happy with that, particularly those of you who are in the US. We didn't want you missing out. We know that we have a number of subscribers and those viewers who are from the US, and we didn't want you missing out. So, for the competition. So that is that. I think that's it, everyone. I'm going to leave you. I'm hoping that this is a little bit of a short one so that I don't take up too much of your time today. And I have a number of things to get on with as well. But I do recommend these. And the covers on these are all brilliant. I'm loving the covers on our novels these days. They're really fitting for the stories and for the author and look beautiful on the bookshelf. So, yeah, I'm enjoying very much the covers. I think they're absolutely brilliant. Anyway, I waffle on, everyone. I just keep chatting. So I will leave you. Rooney's looking at the door to get out. I think he can hear some food being prepared, of course. So I will leave you and I will see you all next week. Take care, everyone. Look after yourselves. Stay safe. Stay warm if you're in the southern hemisphere. If you're in the northern hemisphere, stay cool. And we're all looking forward to a change of season. We are coming into our spring. Those of you in the northern hemisphere, you're all coming into your autumn, which is exciting. And I will see you next week. Take care, everyone. Bye for now. So this is the old chicken coop, everyone. The one, I say old, but it's the established one. Excuse all the mess. I'm actually renovating the garden. We're redesigning the garden so that it's more sustainable in our hot weather. So some of these are the new babies. I'll take you in. Hang on, I'll take you in. Some of these are the new babies that we had hatch this last season. So, of course, it's winter. You can see that everything is a little bit messy, and I haven't had time to paint the hen house. But what I want to do is, once the new chicken run is established, I want to put some grass seed down so that the chickens have grass, at least for a period of time when we take them from the new chicken coop to this one. So we'll alternate depending on the season and depending on which coop has the most grass and all of that sort of thing. Yeah, so that's that. We haven't done much. I've just done a little bit of a tidy up since we last visited here on the channel, but not as much as what I want to do. And I really need the chickens out of here before I can do some seriously good work. I've pruned the tree that you see there. That's the pomegranate tree. I pruned that yesterday. It was looking a little bit scrappy, so I've pruned that. I have yet to prune the apple tree on the screen there, and behind that is a cherry tree I have to prune as well. So there's a little bit of work to do, but hopefully these all of these chickens and the hens and the rooster, perhaps certainly I'm hoping before Christmas, before December, we'll have a new coop and run. So, fingers crossed. Right, I will just take you over to the new area. Okay, so this is the new area, what will be the new or second chicken run. I did show you this a couple of weeks ago. Not much more has happened, everyone, and I do apologise. Mark has placed some markers where we will have to dig the holes for the posts. We do have to take out these black recycled tyres, that they were the old horse feed buckets. We're taking those out and using the holes for the fence posts. The Chinese elms here, once they are in leaf, they are a wonderful shade tree for the chickens, and of course they provide a little bit of entertainment also, because the chickens can then jump up into the trees. And of course, we will have another hen house in here. I just have to decide what I want and how we sort of come across that, whether we build it ourselves or whether we, like the other chicken run, if I buy a children's playhouse. We'll see what we do with that. But this should be, I think it's as big or perhaps even a little bigger than the original run, but it will be good to alternate between the two. Sometimes in winter this area, or in the wet weather, this area floods a little bit, so we can be mindful of that and move the chickens to the other original pen where it's usually a lot drier, or it certainly doesn't flood as this area does here. So that's it. There is not much more to tell today. I will leave you all alone to get on with your day. Hopefully in the next few weeks you will see progress on this. Each post, Mark intends to add or bolt in another length of timber so that the height of the fence should be around about 2.5 to 3 metres perhaps, or thereabouts, certainly enough to inhibit or to stop foxes from jumping and over it and attacking the chickens. So that's it. I will leave you all for now. Have a lovely week. Hopefully we'll get some more done on this run. Perhaps during the week I will dig the holes, but for the posts, let's see how we go on that. But yes, have a wonderful week, everyone, and I will hopefully see you next week. Take care. Bye for now.